Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hot Topics, the show, the podcast, where we inspire, we create, and we transform. My name is Gloria Goldberg, the founder of the podcast Unbreakable Life with Gloria, where I talk about depression, anxiety, PTSD in a holistic way and natural way to always make you feel better. And next to me, like always, my beautiful co host, Kia Baker.
Hi, everybody. Well, I am sure you know me by now. My name is Kia Baker. I am the creator and host of the Female Veterans Podcast. I am the creator and host of a new video series called Women Warrior Stories for the Veterans Channel. You can see that at veteranschannel.com very soon. And I am a success coach at London Real Academy. And you may have heard of London Real. If not, you are probably living under a rock. It's quite popular on YouTube, millions of views. And our fearless leader is running for mayor of London. And he's in second place. And honestly, Gloria, I think he's going to win. To be honest with you.
I hope everything the best for him.
Yeah, he means well. He means to do good things. And I know that, like everybody, he has haters, but he's a good dude. I stand for him, and I think he'll do amazing things for the city of London, and he's really passionate about it. So I wish him the best of luck always.
Yeah.
And
he said, Brian Rose said, if you don't have haters, it's because you're not doing something, you're doing something. He said, if you have haters, it's because you're doing something right.
Right, exactly. So, and what else he always says is that people don't hate down, they hate up. So if you do have haters, you are doing something right. If you don't, then you're not making enough of a difference. You're not making enough noise. People are not taking notice. So you got to reevaluate. So, yes. So with that said, guess what? I just found out.
What?
Yesterday. What? You can find the Female Veterans Podcast now on londonreal.tv.
What? For real?
Yes.
Oh my God. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome.
I had no idea. I found it last night by mistake and my graduate interview that I did with Brian when I appeared for London Real. So it's all there on the website and I just happened upon it.
Wow. How do you know how long that it was there?
No, I have no idea.
So you was rumbling. You don't know where you was rumbling.
so last night I was publishing a new episode of the Female Veterans Podcast, my Veterans Day episode, that what my special guest was Amanda Huffman. Remember, we were talking about that yesterday of the Women of the Military Podcast. She just had her 100th episode, by the way. So shout out Amanda. Congratulations, girl. And she was also a guest on Hot Topics. And I was looking for my episode of her show. So I was also a guest on the Women of the Military Podcast. And I couldn't remember what episode number I was. So I was Googling it. And I put my name in. And down at the bottom, like number 10 on the Google search, was me on londonreal.tv. And I was like, what? So I clicked on it and I have my own page. I have a picture, a quote. And it says, listen to the podcast here. And I was like, what? That's so exciting. I'm super honored. Thanks, Brian. You're my guy.
Wow, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can tell you.
So I hope he one day comes to Hot Topics. I don't think he would say no.
Mm-hmm. Once he's been the mayor, we'll wait until he's done being the mayor, and then we'll get the scoop on what it was like to be the mayor.
Well,
it's a global show.
No, I would like to have him before he's a mayor because then he's gonna be busy and he will probably not even remember us anymore.
No, oh, he'll never forget me, girl. Okay. No, he'll never forget you either. No, actually, it's too late then because they're so busy with the campaign. It's
Uh-huh.
insane already, even at headquarters and
Yeah.
at the academy itself. It's really different. It's really crazy. The momentum is building. The energy is shifted. If we wanted Brian on the show, we should have sent an email to his booking. And I have the email, by the way, for whenever we want. So it's really been our choice not to have Brian as of yet because I have his booking information. So it's kind of too late. So I think his chances of coming as mayor are going to be slim to none because he's going to be so busy making positive change, right?
Right, right.
So I think our best chances are when he's done with mayor because the train's already in motion, honey.
Well,
And
we should send an email to him, and maybe by the time he looked the email, it's like 4 or 5 years already.
right, we'll see. So we have a guest today, right?
Yes, we have a guest, and let me tell you the story. We already have her in our show already a couple times, but I don't know. I think this girl was working from her mother belly because she's 23, 24, something like that. And then when I talked to her about what we're gonna talk about, and she said, "Oh, tell me, what do you want to talk about? I had 3 projects." I said, "What?" And she said, "The project that I have right now, I already created 8 years ago." And then I start counting like down. I said, "Oh my God, this girl's been like working since, I don't know. I think he know herself."
She came out creating business plans. She was
I don't
born.
know. It's like unbelievable. She's just 24. And I remember when I was 24, what I was doing, I said, "Oh my God, I was so behind."
Oh my gosh. When I was 24, what was I doing? Oh, I was still in the Navy. I was just about to get out, actually.
And this girl are impacting so many people around the world, like unbelievable. And I would say, I don't know how to present her. She's a spiritual coach. She help young people. She talks about sacred sexuality. She talks about transformation, and let's bring her in. Her name is Ana Monroy, and she
Yay!
is amazing.
I forgot I was supposed to be the one to bring her in. I got so excited to see
Oh,
her.
thank you, beautiful girl, for that amazing presentation. I feel so honored to be here. Love you.
Oh, I am so happy that you're back. So, for those of you who don't know, Anna is a deep friend of the show. She's our little sister from Mexico, and we have her come on because she's amazing. So, the first time she came on, I didn't know Anna.
Yeah.
And I found out that she was a healer and that she does these energetic surgeries and she actually helps people heal. And I was like, what? Is like it's spectacular. So if you want to know more about that, you have to go to our Hot Topics Live Facebook page, scroll down through the episodes, and watch that one from beginning to end because it is our introduction to Anna. We found out how amazing she is and what she's capable of with her, I don't know, very amazing quantum energy and her
Yes.
her unique abilities and her compassionate heart. So what she does for people is just beyond amazing. The second time Anna came back, we talked about plant medicine, and that is a
Yes.
very, very popular episode. Anna, it has thousands of views. Thousands.
Oh,
It might even have like close to 10,000 views or
wow.
more by now.
Right.
Yeah, very, very popular episode. So I love talking to you. You're so intelligent and bright and charming. And I just love having you here. And I'm so excited to find out what we're going to talk about today.
Yoo-hoo. Thank you for having me here again. My pleasure always, girls.
So we're gonna do a disclaimer. If you're 18 and below, you can stay in the show tonight.
This one time, we'll let you know. Okay. So usually we say if you're 18, you have to click off because we go into some topics that are inappropriate for people who are below 18. But today you might want to stick around or notify your children or inform your children of what you learned today, because this is for the children.
Yeah, too. So exciting.
Me too. I'm so happy. I have a little bit delay, Kia. I don't know if you can hear me well.
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear
I hear you
you.
perfectly.
Okay, so I need to like work with the make sure I'm not the one is like delay. So Anna, tell me about your project because I'm very curious about that you create this project 8 years ago and you're 24. Like, how this happen?
Yeah, as you were saying, I really think I was working while I was on my on my mom's belly, because I've been like really blessed and like really honored to like really found out my purpose in life since I was like really young. I would say that all this journey, it started like when I was like really almost like a baby, I would say, because my parents, they are the greatest teachers God sent me, and they always taught me, like everything about life. They never lied to me. Like I had no idea about like other different path that it was in the journey of spiritual consciousness and awakening, and like having this purpose of serving to other people. That's something that my parents taught me. I think they're here somehow listening to me, so just for them to know that I really love them, and that like they're really my greatest teachers ever. So when I was like 12 years old and I was starting, being a teenager and stuff like that, I was always like, I would say like I was really calm, and I was like a really, like normal girl, I would say. But something happened when you arrive to high school and middle school, like there's a breakdown there, obviously, natural. And we will talk about that in a bit more. But I would say that when I was 12, my parents, they took a training about transformation. And that's the first contact I had ever with transformational context and what was this thing about training yourself. So they created a training for teenagers, and we were the experiment, actually. We were like the first group ever to lead a quantum transformational training for teenagers. And it was amazing. That was the first, like the first experience I had with transformation. I fell in love, and I really got committed to the purpose of serving other teenagers to really go into their leadership, but also into their future, and being consciousness on how are we gonna, change the world. Like it's in our hands, actually. So when I was 15, I was like serving people. I was being staff on other trainings, and I was like really involved in the situation. But somehow there was like this something that I felt like teenagers should have in the trainings, and that was the spiritual, energetic, consciousness. So for me, it was like building everything from scratch. And I sat down one day and I was like, I need to create something for them to experience in a deep way. First of all, to know themselves, and second of all, how are they going to be like, dealing with the context of the world that we're dealing today. So that was the principal purpose. And then it came all the other things, leadership, motivation, transformation, service, legacies. uh, but my purpose was, people actually, they don't know who they are. Like they have no idea sometimes. You can put in a sentence who you are, and you can build it with a lot of tags, with a lot of different titles, with a lot of different professions, with a lot of different stuff. But there's stuff, but actually human being not knowing themselves is a really big breakdown in life. So that was my principal purpose. So I sat down one day and I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I started building it, and I was creating it, and I was like, like just scratching and doing some stuff over there, and I was just like imagining. And there was owner of a center of transformation here in Mexico City, well, near Mexico City, that he called me one day and he was like, hey, I need a training and I want you to train them. And I was like, but I think I'm not going to be ready. I'm like really young. I'm 15 years old. You can call other trainers that they are more old than me and they have more experience than me and they've been doing this like for a bunch of years, like I'm the baby girl here. You should call other people. And he stopped me and he told me, I want you. Like, you're ready to do this. So I want you to do this training. And I was like, okay, fine. I remember I was feeling sick and bad, my pressure was up and down. I had like this vomit and nauseous and wanted to puke, and I remember I called my dad and I was crying and I told him like, I think I'm not ready. I'm going to receive 60 teenagers here and I have no idea if I can deal with this. And my dad told me, you are ready. This is your moment. You're going to be fine. Just believe in yourself, baby. That's it. So I remember I like minutes like before opening the doors, I just prayed to God and I was like, okay, God, you'll see. I'm here serving you, like I'm always here open in service for you to talk through me. So that's what we're going to do this week. You're going to talk to me through me, And it was beautiful. Actually, I remember that training as the beginning of believing in myself to guide other people, but also to guiding myself into the journey because I was also a teenager, So that was the beautiful thing, is that most of the teenagers, they really believe in the training and they really believe in me because I was also a teenager. So they were like, oh, this trainer like really gets what she's saying, like I really understand her and I really understand the teenagers because we were dealing the same ages and we were dealing actually the same things. So it started there, but 2 years after that training, when I was 17, there was this guy from Colombia, owner of a big center in Colombia, and he built a big empire of a lot of transformational centers, like bunch of people went through his company and trained themselves and transformed their lives. So he called me one day and he was like, hey, I need you here in Colombia. And I was like, no, this is too much. Like, I can do it here in Mexico, but I have no idea if I can do this in Colombia. I think I'm still young. You should hire other trainers, like still like handling this thing about believing in myself. It was like really difficult for me actually, because I was a teenager too. I was in high school. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to have another life. I wanted to go to prom, and I couldn't do that because I was working, and that was the purpose of the thing that I once created. Like I was just with one paper in my hand, and I was like, I'm gonna deliver my baby to the world. But I never imagined this could be like, like the big project that is today, for example. So I started in Colombia, then I went to Peru, then to Ecuador. We went up to the States. We came back to Mexico City again and to other states in Mexico. Then I was building and creating a team that could sustain this work because working with teenagers, I would say is like pretty funny because, like they're in the beautiful phase. They don't know anything about life and they are just open to whatever it comes. But they have maybe habits or rebellions, or they have like attitudes and energies, like they are dealing with the world and they think nobody understands them. So I love working with them because they are really open and they are really coachable, actually. Not like adults sometimes. As adults, we've been practicing a lot of years, a lot of patterns, and a lot of our ways of being, they are like really stuck in our being. So that's more difficult for us to work with adults. But with teenagers is actually beautiful. So I create a team to sustain all this work that we were doing. So I wouldn't say that this is just my job. I think I just, I plant a seed just like many years ago, and it's being like growing up because there are a bunch of hands all around the world that believe in this project, and a lot of families that been transforming their lives because there was this possibility for their kids. No, so we went to Dominican Republic, and actually Dominican Republic was a breakthrough because we start creating something that we name the global staff. And the global staff is those teenagers that they already took the training with me, and they were like really in love and really committed to the job, that the next breakthrough for them, it was to move them from one country to another to serve other people in other countries. And they, from scratch, they should pay like the tickets of the airplane, the visas, the passports, the food, where they're going to stay, like they created everything. And it was because they were committed on their leadership of serving other people all around the world. So Dominican Republic was the breakthrough. And I remember I was sitting down and I was watching the stars and I was like, God, this is too much. Like, like I know, like I am really blessed because I have a lot of abundance in my life, but this is too much. Like really, thank you, because this is actually something I share out loud. These type of trainings, they save my life. And for me to share my baby project for other teenagers that now they could express that these trainings save their lives, wow, that's the biggest gift ever. So Dominican Republic was the breakthrough, and bunch of families, actually, like a lot of families all around the world. I just opened the door to trainings, but they are still my friends. We're still in contact. Most of the teenagers, they look me for an advice, or if they had a breakdown in life, they can call me, and we create a relation that is a long-term relation, like for a long time. Like I've seen most of them going to college. I've seen them fall in love. I've seen them being a mom or dad, got married. I've seen a lot of things with them. So, and they also, like most of them that they're really close to me, they know me in a really intimate way, like they know my life, they know my secrets, they know I am human, and we're in this journey together. So now I could say out loud that thank God and thank the universe that more than 4,000 teenagers have taken this training. So my pleasure and my blessings, because this is too much. I still think this is too much, but we're still working. Like I am really committed to take this to another level, to take it to, I don't know, United Nations, to take it to Africa, to take it to other places that they don't have like the resources to create it as other countries does. So that's
Wow. It's a lot. And I have so many questions. So let me just start by saying, tell me more about the program.
Yeah. So the program is a 4-week. Actually, in the long-term program is a 3-month program that start with a weekend. Well, actually, like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the four first days, we start like creating the context of what we are going to be working on the next 3 months. But the 4 first days, most of the things that we actually work with the teenagers is, first of all, like going through the emotional drama, because I talk to the parents, like this is something really important, because I work with teenagers. I need to have the permission of the parents. And sometimes I don't have it. And that's really tough, because most of the parents, like they feel like if they took their kids to this type of training, they are going to be like spelling out all the secrets or all the problems that they have at their house. And sometimes parents, like they don't want it. So I first of all create a context with the parents. If they gave me permission, well, we're open to create it. First of all, we have to go through all the emotional chaos, like chaos, actually, like all this emotional drama, all that they need to heal actually with mom and dad, because that's the first, like the link, they're linked there. So there's a lot of information there to heal, and we're not blaming anyone, and we're not, like wanting to feel like mom or dad didn't do like a great job. No, we are just healing the situation as a family. So we go through the emotional drama, we heal it, then we go through a really important part that is believing in yourself and creating self-esteem and security and owning who you are and who you say you are. And the last day, we work a lot of building a lot of confidence on your future and your vision. So I would say like these are the most important things that we like really work on the first 4 days. And then all the 3 month program is the sustainability for them to start practicing that at their houses, at their school, in their communities. And they really felt like they could really feel like in 4 days there's something changing and there's something transforming and there's something shifting. But I will always tell the families, and I always tell this to the kids, that if they don't create sustainability in life, it would disappear. The emotion would disappear. So one of the most important things on the 3 month program is for them to get committed to their results. So they have to create commitment, perseverance, hard work, teamwork. A lot of teamwork is available there. So it's a really good experience for them to start believing in themselves. And in themselves is also a great experience for them to start creating, like new friends, but good friends. Because with nowadays we have like a lot of teenagers that they suffer from bullying and they suffer from um, like other kids teasing them because they are not, like they don't belong to something or to a specific um, status or whatever, and with today with social media, that's a lot of pressure for them. So this is a place for teenagers to feel like they're going to be listened, they're going to be supported, and they're going to be loved, no matter if your sexual orientation is whatever you decided, no matter if you are from a community that doesn't have a lot of resources. It doesn't matter if your skin color is not. We don't care about it, actually. We just care about supporting teenagers for them to create a new network, like a real big network all around the world, uh, for them to support future in humanity. So that's our purpose. And yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, so needed, right,
Yeah.
Gloria?
Yes, even John Castavo say this are great to be working on this early in life. That's the base of your adult life. Completely.
Completely. Yeah, because most
Absolutely.
of the times, like when we are adults and when we want to start like building at, like if we want to get married or if we're going to create our own company or whatever we want to do as an adult, it start, like if you heal in a really profound and deeply way, you're like all the drama and all the things that they are really painful in your life and all the things you're carrying on, then you're gonna be like a different adult. And most of the adults and most of the parents of these trainings, they like they also have their own training, because as parents, they feel shame, they feel blame, they feel responsibility for a lot of things their kids are going through. And I always talk to them like, hey, don't worry, there is no manual to be a perfect dad or a perfect mom. We're learning through the journey and we're okay and everything's perfect. But they have their own breakdowns too. And the first thing I always listen to the parents that they said is, I wish I could have something like this when I was a teenager. I wish. I wish I could have something
I
like this.
wish.
So I would invest, obviously, like in the future of my kids, because this is not about the school. This is not about, like friends or college or just your professional area or whatever. This is about your life and training your soul. This is about training yourself into the modern horrible monster life that we're dealing now, you know? So you have to be prepared to be dealing with that, to be dealing with the matrix, to be dealing with the drift. That the drift is horrible, you know, like the drift is always trying to get you and to get you. So you have to be like really prepared and really solid and really tough, but also really loving and really compassion and really caring also. So it's a really nice mixture.
Mm. Finding the balance
Yeah.
of how to navigate this experience that we're having and doing it at such a young age is just, it really is a profound gift, because it's like you said, a lot of teenagers, like when I was a teenager, first of all, I'm really impressed that you knew that what you wanted to do or had these opportunities to create at such a young age, because
Yes.
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I was 16 years old, 15 years old. I wasn't sure. I didn't know yet. It took me a really long time of trying things. I tried a lot of things and either didn't like it or failed at it in order to figure out what I was good at, right? And what I wanted to be doing. I took a long break for health reasons, and it helped me get a lot of clarity on what I wanted to be doing. And a lot like you, it came back to wanting to serve and wanting to help other people. And so instilling that in our youth, that idea that you can navigate this life experience in a positive way, you know, using, you know, quantum techniques and quantum strategies, and create a beautiful experience for yourself, you know, that is just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And the fact that you were doing it from the time that you were just practically a baby still, it's so incredible.
Yeah.
Very incredible.
A lot of like one of the things that I share with the teenagers actually on the trainings is that I wasn't sure also, you know, like I really believe in God and I really believe on the spiritual divine, you know, destiny or whatever you want to call it or name it. But I wasn't sure to, you know, I wanted to do other stuff in my life. I wanted to be a psychology and I wanted to be a doctor and I wanted to be other things in my life. But somehow I received the call, you know, and once you receive the call, you know it's it, you know. I haven't received the call for my soulmate, but I received my call for my purpose in life. So when I felt it, I was like, this is it. And this is one thing I share with the teenagers. Once you feel like you received the call, listen to it. Because there are few times in life. There are few times in life that you really felt it in your heart, you know, like, oh my God, this is it, this is it. And it's scary, like really as hell, you know. I was feeling sometimes like I wasn't enough. I felt sometimes like this wasn't my journey. I felt like although I was training people, somehow I arrived to my house and I was like feeling like I needed to do more because there were more teenagers around the world sleeping on the streets, you know. I needed to do more. So it was like also for me like a roller coaster. Uh, and as I was telling you girls, like I wanted to go to prom. I wanted to go to my graduation trip, you know. They went to Cancun and I wasn't able to do that because I was working. And there was sometimes that the weddings, for example, that my family or friends of mine that were about to get married, obviously they get married on a weekend, you know, but I was working. And I wanted to go to college, but I was working, so I did two of my careers online because I was working. But now, like today, I could say out loud that it's really worth it. And I couldn't say this is just my work, you know, because this is not only my project. As I was sharing with Gloria, I have other type of projects that actually give me a lot of money or just money to live, you know. This is like my purpose. So even though Uh, there are some trainings people don't have to pay me. I don't charge, and that's fine. That's it. It's not about the money. That's why I have other projects. This is not about a money issue project. Um, and actually, I am the one that should be thankful with all these more than 4,000 teenagers all around the world, because if they know how much they help me to heal myself, that's like I couldn't express my gratitude for them, because I can remember a lot of trainings, like really girls, a lot of trainings, uh, with my heart broken. Like
Yes.
feeling with my heart broken, feeling alone, far from home, feeling like alone sometimes, like really alone, because I have to. Sometimes I wasn't able to rest like in 6 or 7 weeks, I would say. So it was tired for me, and I couldn't be like with my parents. And if I had flu, I have to take care of myself alone. So if they know how much they healed me, because I was in Puerto Rico, in Dominican Republic, I was in other countries, and somehow I felt like home, because home is where your heart is. So
Yeah.
when I got that, I was like, that's fine. If I have to pay prices in life, that's perfect. But nowadays, there are some kids that like really thanking this program, they are not addict to any drugs anymore. They heal the situation of their families. They love themselves. They accept their sexuality. They wanted. I had some kids that actually shared with me that they really thought about suicide. That's
Mm.
that's for an adult listening to that. That's like fuck. Wow, sorry, but shit. Like, what are we doing wrong in life? What
Yeah.
the hell are we doing wrong in life that people that they are in the pureness of life, they don't want to live anymore? Like, what's wrong with us? So look,
Yes.
my skin is like, but I had those cases. So for me, it's just sharing my gratitude and building also a team that could sustain this more and more. Because with this pandemic situation, you have no idea how many kids, like there were like going back to drugs, going back to depression, going back to anxiety, going back to not sleeping. So we have to, like we were like this in the pandemic, like carrying all these teenagers all around the world. So I don't know if I could like say this out loud. If you guys are out there and you want to help or support this project, just contact me, and we are always receiving bunch of hands in any country that you are. We have like social media that you can just like chat with teenagers and be able to contact them. This is the beautiful gift of technology that we could be all together connected.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that just gave me chills when you were talking about the teenagers and saving their lives. And because it's just, and especially during this pandemic, because, it's affecting us all. I see it affect my little guy, my small child who's 6. Almost 6, and I have a teenager. It affects him. It affects me. It affects us all in different ways. And if you're a teen and you don't have the relationship with your parent, that it's like really open, that you can talk to them about everything, or maybe you are afraid to discuss your sexuality as of yet, or something like that, and to have a program like this that can be there for you. I mean, just where I live in general in Washington State, the teenage suicide rate is high. Like the suicide rate in general is high here. When I moved here, I found it alarming, and I see a lot of depressed teenage kids, you know what I mean? And I'm just thinking how beautiful a program like this would be for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anna, what is the age the you start like training? What is the age you start and what is the age do you stop?
Oh, for the teenagers, like if they want to take the program. We start at 11, 12, like I would say, yeah, I would say 12, because also we're, well, from 12 to 17. That's the ages I work with. But there's also this biological process, where girls start their period, and when all these biological process,
The pubic
they want
transformation.
leave that process first of the biological process they are living, for them to start like the journey, because most of the issues that they also had is with their bodies, and the way the bodies are changing. So from 12 to 17, that's the ages.
And what is like, can you give us sort of an overview of what the program is without like giving away too much?
Yeah, so as I told you, we start like Thursday and Friday, for example, for the first training, that is a 4 day training. We start creating the context of being a teenager that take a stand on a leadership field versus a teenager that could be just on the drift, surviving in a way, sorry. We also start creating the context of team building. We start creating the context of communication, and also we like on Thursday they start creating also intimacy between them, because a lot of them they don't know each other, so they start creating like team building and connection, start creating relation between them. So that's beautiful because they don't know each other. So from fresh start, and then we start creating the context of healing the emotional
It's broken,
area,
right?
and
Yeah, I think you're breaking up, Anna.
Ana.
Can you hear us, honey?
¿Ya me
Yes.
escuchas?
Okay,
De,
you're
la
Yeah, I can
conexión.
hear you. Do you hear me?
yes, I think I hear you now. It was breaking up there for a minute, so we were losing bits and pieces. You know how it is when you're live. So
But now you hear me well?
I hear you better.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so you said on Thursdays you start building relationships and doing team building activities. Can you pick it up from there?
Yeah. Yeah, so they start creating a connection, team building, they start knowing each other, breaking the ice, that's the first day. The second day, we start creating the context of healing themselves, going deep into those traumas. Um, and most of the traumas there starts with their mom and their dad. So we have to do like a lot of work there. And then in the social context with the, bullying and with what happened at school. And you wouldn't believe this, but actually one of the biggest things that a teenager is hurt by is because of their first love or their first broken heart. So most of the
Yes.
people, like when I share these, they are like laughing, like, "Oh my God, that's so funny!" And I'm like, "No, that's not funny." Like
Oh
I remember
no.
my first
No,
too.
No,
because
no.
that is so real for them. That is real for them.
Yeah, and
It's so cute.
yeah, and it's so cute, and it's painful for them, and I can feel it. So also, for example, we start dealing with more tough things, like drug abuse or sexual abuse or being in a family where there's violence. So we start going deep into like really, really, like I really need to take care of those situations, like I really need to be careful with what happened in the room there. But the purpose is for them to heal and for them to feel free, and they get it, and that's why at Saturday night they're creating this context of believing in themselves, self-esteem, like working your own love, believing in yourself, having motivation, create, like, I don't know, go through your comfort zone. So they're creating that in that day. So the last day on Sunday, they create uh, a fully response of who they are in a conscious way, like who am I, as a human being, why am I here in this planet Earth? What's my purpose of living this life? Uh, and we start closing this beautiful training with a commitment of serving humanity, serving other people, serving other teenagers, sustaining this beautiful network all around the world, but also start creating my own future from now. Because most of them, they want to be, like they want to be, I don't know, a professional football player, but when they grew up, and I was like, hey, no, guys, come back. We can start building that future, but today. So let's work and let's commit it and let's create and then, like, so those 4 days, the experience is a lot of emotions, a lot of healing, a lot of crying, a lot of laughing, a lot of party, but a lot of consciousness.
Okay, so and what are the hours? Like you said, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So what is the hours for that
Yeah.
train?
So the first 2 days, I created this because we can do this type of trainings when they, like, if they go to school, that's fine, because Thursday and Friday is in the afternoon from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So they can go back to school at the next day, and that's fine. On Saturday and Sunday, those are like all day. We can start at 10 or 11 in the morning and end at 10 or 11 at night, both days. So yeah, and they never get tired. Most of the parents, they are like, "Oh, should I be worried? Because what if they are tired, or what if they get bored?" And I'm like, "No, guys, these teenagers never get bored. Don't worry."
So what you exactly create for teenagers is a secure place, like a sacred place where they can come and talk about their problems, and they're not gonna be judged, and they're gonna be healing by you and your group.
Yeah, this is really important to say that this is not a place where we accept judgment, or actually there's, like, the principal base here is respect. That's why we don't care if you are, like, if you are, I don't know, if you're 16 or if you are 12, that's the same for me. I'm going to treat you the same. If you are white or if you are black, I don't care about that. If you have more money, and I don't care about that stuff. And they start, like, hmm, maybe this trainer, it's kind of crazy, but she's right. Those are things that really they don't matter in life. So respect, no judgment, a lot of love, a lot of connection, a lot of a sacred place. Actually, yeah, you said it well, Gloria. For them to be listened, support, and love. I would say that's the principal thing.
That's
What a
wonderful.
beautiful,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's wonderful. So I guess my next question is going to be, you said that there's the first weekend, like the first long weekend, and then it goes for 3 months. So you meet, how often do you meet for those 3 months?
Yeah, so in the 3-month program, my staff, the people that is working with me and that they know the people, those are the people that, that they give that sustainability coaching program for them. So I just have like a meeting once a month just to do a really, quick checkpoint of how's life going. If I see there's a breakdown, like, that we need to work on, well, obviously I can take care of that. But in that 3-month program, they have to create like a lot of goals and a lot of results. So they're like really busy doing that. So if at the end, this teenager finish all the program, finish all the tasks, they, like, if they create all the goals and they have amazing and extraordinary results, then they are graduated of the program. So that's why I mean, like, these 4,000 kids, they didn't live just like the first 4 days. They live all the long-term process.
Wow. That's incredible. And you do this in person, or due to COVID, you're doing it on Zoom? How are you conducting these now?
Well, actually, well, before the pandemic and before all this that is happening, actually, my last training I gave was on March on Quito, Ecuador. I had on that graduation, I would say like 300 or 400 people on my room. And we had no idea that, coronavirus, whatever, we had no idea. Everybody was hugging, everybody was there. We were just, on the frequency of love. Nobody got sick. Nobody, so we were fine. But that was my last training and it was beautiful. But before the training, now today I can really choose in a conscious way also to see where I want to work, like now I have this strategy to see this center is professional, these people is really committed with the teenagers, they want to create something that is sustainable. Okay, fine, so I do a contract and I go and do the training. But per center, like in every center, I do like between 3 or 4 trainings a year, and I have like 11 centers or 12 centers. So most of my year is like booked. Thank God. Um, but that was before the coronavirus, And we redesigned everything, and I wasn't able to create the training actually as it is on person because of the experience online. And I think that's perfect too. But these months, I've been doing like a lot of parenting school, a lot of coaching with teenagers, a lot of Zoom calls with them that they are free for them to have, an idea of what we're doing. So when we start opening again, that actually, this is the great news that I can share with you girls. Next week, I'm going to Tijuana to the first training, like physical training on life, actually, thank God, with all the securities and with all, like whatever we need to do. But we are really happy. We are waiting for 20 teenagers and we're ready to start again. And Tijuana is really committed to do that. So I'm so happy to work there. Dominican Republic is also ready to open. Mexico City is ready to open. A lot of places, Europe is ready to open. So we're ready to go. And so, yeah, so like these last months, I just give like free stuff for teenagers and parenting school for parents, for them to know what we're doing and what is available for their kids.
Awesome. Wow. So what you do is you go and train people in these centers to give this quantum training.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they do it and you sort of supervise them, or you sort of do check-ins to make sure they're doing it according to your standard. How does that work?
I am the creator and the owner of the program, and there's a lot of people and a lot of trainers they've been asking me like, hey, you should train us and you should certify us to do your training too. And I'm not like, I have no idea how to do that actually. Like that's all their breakthrough in my life, like, am I ready to certify people? Am I ready to, to give this to other people?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, yes. I know. But there's something inside me in a way that this is my first baby and I really take care of it. And if I'm going to train other people to do it, I just want to find the most committed, loving, caring people that like really appreciate this work,
Yeah,
so
they gotta fit your vibe.
Yeah, I'm working on the manuals. I'm working on all the legal stuff and blah, blah, blah. But I know, girls, like if my purpose is to impact a bunch of millions of lives, I'm not going to do it alone. So I need to multiply.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes. Oh my gosh, girls, we have 54 minutes.
Yes.
And so we're going to have to wrap up the show soon. But Anna, I just got to tell you, that's such a beautiful mission to
Oh,
transform the lives of teenagers because they're really at a vulnerable time. What you said about teen breakups really touched my heart because number one, I remember mine when my
yeah.
first love and I broke up and I was devastated. Okay. Number two, okay, I just had a teenager that I was looking after. His mom was in transition. And so I said he can come stay with me. And 2 weeks turned into 2 months to 3 months to the end of the summer. And during that time period that he was with me and he was in my care, I tried to like instill in him a lot of things because he's an amazing kid and give him some insight into how different life can be, you know. And during that process of while he was living with me, his girlfriend broke up with him. So I
Uh,
got to see the change. I got to see how that impacted him from how he was devastated at first to how he responded to how he started hanging around with his boys, getting in trouble, to see how his behavior started to go downhill. Like it's a real thing. You know,
yes, it
we can say,
is.
oh, kids, but it's
No,
real for them. That's real deal. It's real
that's a real
serious.
deal.
And
Yes,
so I got to witness that and to just be able to be there for him and try to support him through that until his mom was ready to bring him home when school started was just a real precious experience. And so I know firsthand how important it is to be able to be there for a teenager because it is in such a pivotal point in their life. And especially children who have had issues with, you know, drug abuse, any sort of abuse, whether it was sexual or physical or verbal or mental, like whatever they've experienced in their life, you know, it comes up and it starts to really come up, even from what if it had happened when they were really small, a lot in the teen years. So just having a program like this is so beautiful and so giving that can help change the future of so many lives, but changing the future of all of these lives means changing the future of the world,
Yeah.
yes,
right? It's
I
so
really
deep.
believe in that. Yeah, I really believe that this is our responsibility of this generation to create something with the teenagers, with the babies that they are coming. You know, you like I always tell this to my parents, you know, laughing way, like joking, but I always tease them like, hey, you guys, you shouldn't be like doing anything like yeah, you can support us, yeah, you can like obviously help us, but now this is our responsibility. Your like generation didn't do a lot of things that they could do, you know, so
yes.
let us work. Goodbye.
Yes. It's your
That's
turn.
correct. Yes,
It's your turn. We did what we could do or we
totally.
didn't do in our
Yeah,
generations. And so it's time for to let the younger generation step up and
Yeah,
make create some positive change, and we need to support that. I stand by that. I say
me too.
I think Dave Chappelle said that and that's one of his specials too. You know what I mean? Like we had our
Yes,
moment. I was out in the streets. I was doing things, right? When in my teen years and as I was coming up, I was serving my country, you know, making my way. And now it's your turn. Now it's now and then to give this to the younger generation coming up behind you to make waves of positive change to shape the future generations. Just beautiful, in my
wow.
opinion.
when I was teenager, my father had me locked down, so I don't have too much experience on the teenagers years.
Yeah,
Wow.
Very jealous, controlling, a
yeah.
lot. So I kind of was kind of like a kind of prisoner
Hmm.
all the time.
Thank you for
Wow.
having me here. You have no idea how much I appreciate and I love being here with you girls.
Oh, honey, you know we love having you here, and we can't wait to have you come
Yes.
back because someone told me that you were going to come on here and talk about sacred sex.
See,
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that conversation as well. It's like, Anna, you're the gift that keeps on giving. Like
oh,
every time we invite you to the show, there's more. It's like an onion. We keep peeling back the layers, and there's just more goodness that spills out. So it never gets old for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the show. Like I said, I manifested this because our guest that we were going to have come on, she's a dear friend of mine, and she ended up getting surgery. And so she couldn't make it to the show. I checked just to make sure, and she couldn't make it to the show. So I thought to myself this morning, I didn't even say this to you, Gloria. I thought to myself this morning, I know Anna's coming in a few weeks, but I wish she was coming today. And sure enough,
there you go.
I come out of a meeting and I have a message that you might be able to come. And here you are.
My pleasure. Thank you for everything. I'm always happy to share with you girls. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear, my love. I love you so much, and thank you for supporting us and to believe in us also. And congratulate you for your generosity of life.
Thank you, girls. Love you very much.
So you know the drill. We're going to put you in the green room, and we'll see you in a few minutes if you can stay. If not, we will see you in a few weeks, and we'll talk some more then. But we love you so much, and you're so appreciated.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, honey. Ciao, pues. Ah, honey, don't you just love that little girl?
Oh my God, I love her. She's my daughter, and she said all the time to me, "You was my mother in another time."
Oh, in another lifetime. You know, I've been having these thoughts lately, or downloads, or whatever you want to call them, about soul tribes coming together. Yeah. So I think that we will start gravitating towards people who are part of our soul family, whether, you know, in some other lifetime perhaps, or just they match your energetic frequency, and you'll come in contact with these people that just feel like family in one way or another. And so Anna is definitely one of those people. I just love her to pieces. Me so too. I can't wait for her to come back.
Me too. Yeah. I connect with her the same way I connect with you. Like as soon I met her, it was boom. That's it.
I'm so happy because I legit I love an instant manifestation. Those are my favorite. Right? And they're so rare, and at least in my experience, they're rare. I rarely manifest something on the same day that I put it out that I want it. And sure enough, you were like, I think Anna can come. And I was like, oh my God. Yay. Yes. I would love to see Anna. And here she was. So, and with a beautiful eye, like I didn't know what she was going to talk about. So what a beautiful message to share, and an opportunity to help people, you know, help teenagers. And
teenagers.
Since she was 15 years old.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Wow. My God, when I was 15, I was going to Hershey Park every weekend, to the amusement park with my friends. I was hanging out on Friday nights, eating pizza, and just goofing off with my friends at private school.
If I told you where I was on 15, I cannot say here in public. I will tell you. I will tell you in private. That would be in my book.
Stay tuned.
It's something that you probably don't know. And when I tell you, you will say, what the heck, Gloria?
Oh my God, Gloria, though, but you never cease to amaze me. So I always expect the unexpected when it comes to you. And who knows, maybe we'll discuss it further whenever we are ready to unveil Hot Topics Uncensored. That sounds like an uncensored topic.
Right.
You got to save that one. Facebook don't like when we start getting too juicy on here, girl. They don't like that.
Right. If I met Anna when I was maybe 15, 16, I probably would not marry so many times.
You just like being married.
Yes. I don't know. I always looking into white dresses, and I said, why I'm looking into wedding dresses? I already married.
You know what? Maybe in your last lifetimes you didn't get married, so you got them all out of the way in this one.
You said that it's 7 generations, right? I already have 6. 6 times.
Well, I tell you what, I love a wedding too, girl. I love a wedding so much. I got my officiant's license and I marry people now. In fact, I just talked to a girl who was going to do her wedding, but it's this coming Sunday and I'm already booked. But
Oh, I told you if I marry again with my husband again, you will be marrying us again.
I love weddings, girl. I love it. I love it. I married my little brother to his wife. I married
Yeah, I
my
remember.
best friend to his wife. Like I love doing weddings because it's just a beautiful day. Most of the time people are super happy and it's a celebration and girl, I like drinking and kicking it and celebrating.
Yeah.
So and a wedding seems like a good time for that.
Yes. So we need to wrap it up because it's 1:05 and people's gonna say, oh, this is too long.
Who cares? We do what we want. Okay, this is our show. We want it
Oh,
to
we're
be.
gonna go again 11:11.
Why not? Why not? I don't know. So, well, let's see what happens. It might turn out that
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
So, we're going to wrap it up. And what we always say at the end of our shows is this: we appreciate you. We thank you so much for coming on this journey with us and watching this show and hanging out with us for an hour of your life. I mean, time is the most valuable asset we have. So thank you for sharing some of it with us. But it is an energy transfer, right? We give you some energy, you give us some energy. We love your comments. We love the participation of the people who watch live. We love getting the comments of the people who watch the replay. Don't forget to put hashtag replay when you make your comment so we know you watched it in the replay. Don't be shy. We love comments. You can also send us private messages with topics that you want to talk about. And I'm pretty sure I can find someone who specializes in the topic you're interested in. So I'm Kia Baker. As you know, I'm the host of the Female Veterans Podcast, Women Warrior Stories for the Veterans Channel, and success coach at London Real Academy. And I am always joined by the lovely, the magnificent, the talented host of the bilingual show, Gloria Goldberg.
Gloria Goldberg. There you go. I'm the founder and the host of the podcast Unbreakable Life with Gloria. We'll talk about depression, anxiety, and PTSD in a holistic way and natural way to always make you feel better. And also, I'm the host and the founder of the bilingual show, The Gloria, like Kia said. And tomorrow is going to be
I
at
love
2
that show.
p.m. Eastern Time, Miami time, and tomorrow is going to be en español. And I'm gonna have again Astrid C-Star. Remember her? Astrid?
Astrid, of course. How could I forget Astrid? She is one of my students whom I love. That girl's energy is just divine.
You know what? We're gonna talk. She just came back from a Joy Dispenza retreat.
Yeah.
So she's gonna come and talk about that in Espanol because a lot of people wanna know that in Espanol. So we're gonna have tomorrow an episode about Joy Dispenza and her experience in the event and what she's gonna bring us, what she's gonna tell us what's going on.
That's wonderful. Maybe we ought to
See?
invite her back to Hot Topics, but we're so
Yes.
booked by then she'll have forgotten. But we should put her on the books to bring her back to Hot Topics.
And Mitchell Gert sent you hello, that he love you, and he sent me a video that I'm gonna send it to you. He's doing art, huge, like huge.
I
huge.
want a piece. I'm gonna buy a piece of it.
No.
Right now.
It's not gonna. It's huge. It's like
It's too big to come.
It's not like this. Not like, it's like your size.
What? Oh yeah, the shipping on that would be
Yeah.
killer. To come from the
Yeah.
Netherlands. Oh my God. But I'm so sad because I'm right now, I'm redecorating and I am getting
Maybe he can do you a little piece.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him because I'm getting
too.
some art from some different students and different artists I know, original pieces to go in my house. So that's like my
Awesome.
new thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna paint one on my drawing and send it to you.
I'll be so happy. Thank you. I would love that. So, oh my gosh. Well, I'm happy now.
So Kia, we have still a little bit left. What about the moringa oil, the blue lotus that
Oh
I
my
give
God.
you?
Okay. Men and women watching this show right now, you have to run right now and buy moringa oil, blue lotus flower. It's called ritual oil. Don't let the name scare you. It's just oil, right? You put it on your skin and it is absolutely amazing. I
Amazing.
put it everywhere now. Like I'm going to be bathing in it pretty soon. The best thing, it just in 3 days will change the texture and quality of your skin to improve it. I did a test on myself because I like science. So I experimented and I tried it on my hands first, although I saw it on Gloria and I saw that it was making a change. But I tried it
Yes.
on my hands first, and in 2 days, I saw my hands looking just absolutely more youthful, and the elasticity was improved, and just looking amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this on my face because I have very sensitive skin, so I wanted to be careful.
Right.
And I love it. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. I put it in my hair. I like the way it feels in my hair. I put it everywhere.
Yes.
Amazing,
Yes.
and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to share that. I wanted to say thank you, Gloria, for that amazing gift. It has
Mm.
changed my life. And I wanted to tell everyone watching to go and get you some because we talk about anti-aging on the show, and I do believe in aging gracefully. I am very mature looking. I think I look my age, but I don't
No,
have
you
a
don't
lot
look
of
your
wrinkles.
age.
Well, well,
No, you
okay,
don't
I'll
look
take
your age.
that. Thanks. But I do believe in doing things to preserve your sexy. You know,
Yeah,
we're
see
not
the
going to change
numbers.
you.
See the
Ah,
numbers.
so we have to go. See you
Yeah,
next week.
yeah, no,